Hello everyone. Today I'm going to set up in my retro horror project a way of when we interact with an object, we just want it to show some text, like in old Silent Hill games. Like you inspect something, it would say like the dog used to live here and things like that. As a bonus, we're also going to add the ability to use a Typewriter effect. So I just have an example interactable here that allows you to press a button and we'll interact with it. Inside the pickup, I've called it. So I have a way of communicating with the object from the player. So the first thing we wanted to do is add a variable called text variable. And this will be the text to display. And that'll, when we interact with something, that will be the text that pops up. Make sure this is clicked the eyeball so it's instanced editable. Now we have that. When we interact with it, we want to display the widget. So we can create widget and then let's actually make a widget. So in my folder here in record, let's create a interface, a blueprint widget. Let's call this text screen. So in here, I'm just going to use a canvas panel just so we can align it. And it's going to have text. Text is going to be at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to set the position on Y to -250, so it's up a bit. I'm going to size the box to content, and I'm going to make sure the justification is text align center. What we can do here is we can, the text here, we can bind it. We can create binding. The return value we can promote to a variable, and we can call this text to display, like that. What we want now is we can, on the pickup test, we can find that widget. So WP underscore text screen. And we want to, we need to click on in the widget, the text to display, make it instance editable and expose on spawn, like this. And now if we refresh this, we have the text to display. We can put the text to display from our pickup or whatever it is, interactable, into here. And then if we add to viewport, we can give it a try. So in the world, say if you've got multiple of these, what it allows you to do is just click on an object and assign the text. So hello, I am a ball on this one, and I am also a ball. So now if I try and I go to this one, hello, I am a ball. If I do this one, it's going to overlap. If we go over to it and try now, I am also a ball. So the issue we have now is that it just appears on screen and just sits there. So what we can do is we can promote this to a variable, this text on screen widget. And we can call this on screen widget and hook it back up. Then what we do is we can, on object interaction, we can pull in the widget, right click, convert to validated get. If the widget is not valid, we can create the widget. And if the widget is valid, what we can do is we can pull it down. We can remove from parent. And then we can set it to nothing, like this. So if we try it now, so we interact with it once, it appeared. If we interact with it again, it will go away. We come to this ball, interact, and remove. If I interact with this and move to this one, it does it again. What we can do to stop that is, for me, when I end overlap with the character, we could do it here. We could get on screen widget, convert to a validated get. If it's on screen, we can remove from parent. So now if we look, if I interact and then I try to move to this one, then it will go away. But if you're doing like a Resident Evil where you can't move while you're interacting with it, it's fine just to have it like this. So the next part is the typewriter effect. So let's do that. This part is a little bit more in depth, mainly on the widget. So we're going to set up the typewriter effect. To do that, we're going to need some more variables. So we're going to need another text variable called current text. Then we need another one called it's going to be an integer, and it's going to be the current text index. After that, we're going to have a Boolean, which is skip typewriter. And then a float, which will be the text write time. So now we have this. Let's get going. So we need a custom event called update type writer effect. So the first thing we do in this is we need a branch, and we want to check the current text index. We want to see if it's less than the text to display. We need the length, which is len, maybe length. We need a string length, so we need to convert this to a string like this. And plug that in and do. And then we need an and. Skip typewriter, we need to put not, because this skip typewriter makes it so the typewriter effect will just quickly skip if you don't want to sit and watch it. If it's true, we're going to do a delay. And the delay will be the text write time. So for my projects, I've used 0.05. So 0.05. And that is that for now. We need another custom event called continue type writer effect. After the delay, we're going to call this. So continue. This basically is, this here is just going to select the new letter and then increase the current text index, and just, this is the main logic of it continuing and going along and doing the typewriter effect. We're going to need a branch, and the branch here is going to be the skip typewriter effect. The false, we're going to set the current text, and we're going to thing called get substring. We might need to just type that here, get substring, because we're converting text to strings here. We hook that up there. The source string is going to be the text to display. I'm going to put that in like that. The start index is going to be 0, and the length is going to be the current text index plus 1, like this. Now, after we set the current text, we want to get the current text index, and we want to do a plus to increment the int, like that. Then once that's done, we update no, we up, what have I called it here? We update typewriter effect, yeah. Update typewriter effect. So we call that here on this. The final part is the skip the typewriter effect. So we custom event again, and we do skip typewriter effect. And we do a branch. No, we don't. We just set the skip typewriter effect to be true. And then we set the current text here to the text to display like this. The only other thing we do is the designer, or how we had this assigned to get text. We want this assigned to current text like this. We just make sure that is now that. Let's check everything here. The only thing we're missing is from the true, we skip typewriter effect like this. So this is the logic for the typewriter. Now we need to add it on to here when we actually interact with the thing. So what we can do is let's just move all this away because there's some other code that we need to hear. What we want to do now is we are going to do a check the widget state, and we're going to use this as a function. So we're going to check widget state. We're going to get the on-screen widget, and we're going to check if the skip typewriter is on the true. If it is true, we're going to remove from parent. Oh, we're going to grab the on-screen, remove from parent. Why can't I do that? Remove from parent. There we go. We're going to set the on-screen widget to nothing. Like that. That's all for that. We're going to add a return node just so we come back from that. If it's false, we want to get the on-screen widget and we want to skip typewriter effect like this. Okay. So if the on-screen widget is valid, we're going to do that. So this is if you interact with, if you show the widget and then you interact with it again, we want to do the skip the typewriter effect. It's not valid. What we're going to do now is we're going to create the text on here. And we're going to do the exact same like this. So let's give it a try. If I come to this ball and we do it, hello, I am a ball. So it just instantly appeared on. Why did it do that? On-screen text. Event construct, update typewriter effect here. So now let's try, see what happens. There we go. Hello, I'm a ball. The only thing is it's not, once it's finished, let's just do a check here. So once it's finished here, you can set the skip typewriter to true. So now if we try and we interact, once it's done and I press enter, it goes away. So I am also a ball. So there's your typewriter effect. Let's check this. Because so if you change the justification here, I think it's this. No. There is a way of making it so the text will go a certain way, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. But you can modify this so you can change your font, like larger size, things like that. But what it means is now you have this base pickup. You can just use the same code on it. And so if you have one in here and you just fill it full of garbage text and try it, there you go. So that's the interacting with an object, getting text to appear, just normal text, and then having a typewriter effect. With a typewriter effect, you've got the typewriter time to control it. So if I set this to 1, it will only show a letter every second. If you really want to be dramatic, that's how you can control it. You could do 0.01. So if we look at that, that's very fast, or 0.2. Let's see that. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. This was another request from my supporter on Buy Me a Coffee that you can see linked below. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.